Good morning. It's now 10 o'clock. Woo! Day two. It's not getting any easier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome. Somesh here. So, good morning. Woohoo! Very exciting. Very exciting. We're starting the 21-day free manifesting and growth challenge. It's going to be live on Monday, the 16th of January. And these lives that I'm doing now are just an opportunity to, one, to promote the challenge, get as many people on board as possible. Two, to just explore, just like an introduction, explore some of the concepts that we're sort of, getting our heads around, and also introduce you to some of the sort of the topics that we're going to be exploring during the 21-day challenge. This is the first 21-day manifesting challenge that we're doing. And I'm very excited because we've got an amazing group of people we're all going to be going through this process together. And the intention is to really make 2023 the best year possible. Okay. And yeah, my vision is that 2023 is phenomenal, amazing, incredible, and that I achieve all the goals that I set for myself, and you achieve all the goals that you would like for yourself, whatever that is, in whatever area of life. That could be in health, could be in wealth, could be in finances, business, personal relationships, all these different areas of life that, unless we actually put focused attention into these different areas of life, life just becomes, just the days go past, and then you go back and you look at last year and you go like, oh, wow, okay, I achieved some things, but I possibly didn't achieve as much as I would have wanted to. So that's the point of this challenge, is that we're already really good at manifesting, but oftentimes we manifest in a sort of haphazard and a sort of by default sort of way, without much, focused planning and then implementation, action, with a good belief structure, and, just to make the implementation and the manifestation and the creating your reality in a much more conscious way. So we're moving from whatever stage of manifestation. You might be really good at it, you might be average, you might be, just manifesting by default, to a stage where we're manifesting on purpose, that we're creating this reality on purpose. And if you haven't noticed, the world is getting pretty intense. Things are moving far faster than they ever have. And if not when, then, if not now, then when are we going to do this, right? The time is now. They say there's no time like the present. And yeah, so this is what we're doing. It's going to be amazing. We've already got, let me check. We've already got how many people in the group? We've got 128 members in the group. So I'm just going to share my screen. Let's go here. I should probably actually share sound as well. Let's do that. So I'm going to share sound. Okay, we have at the moment 128 members in the Facebook group. So we got 3 different platforms that we're sort of working on. So you can take part in whatever platform is more suitable for yourself. And we have a Facebook group, which is called 21 Days to Manifestation 2023. That's this Facebook group here. We have 128 amazing beings who are going to be taking part in the challenge so far. That's in the Facebook group. We also have a WhatsApp group, and we have, in fact, we have two WhatsApp groups, one for announcements, where you're just going to get the videos every day, and then a chat group where you can actually chat and interact with the other members in a sort of chat type format. The other thing I'm doing is I'm also got, we've also set up an email list. So, you know, if you don't want to go on Facebook, and maybe you don't want to do the chat in WhatsApp, we also have it in an email type list format. So this email list is, let me just type it out. So you can access the email list by going to www.21daysmanifestation2023.com. And it'll take you to this page. This is just like the holding page. You can click get started today. And then that'll take you to this page, which is sort of a more fleshed out sort of vision. Gives you a bit more detail on manifestation, blah, blah, blah. You can read through that, or you could just save yourself the time if you really want to do this and just click on reserve your spot. And there you can type in your email and click to sign up. And what that's going to do is going to put you on our email list. And but also the other thing, great thing it'll do is also take you directly to the Facebook group. So once you press, subscribe, takes you directly into the Facebook group. And here we have already 2 member requests. We're just going to approve those quickly. So we'll just approve those. We now have 131. So thank you so much to everybody who's joined the challenge so far. That's amazing. All I'm going to say, and I'm a bit biased, but there's a lot of truth to this, is that one, there's no time like right now to start manifesting consciously. And the reason I say that is because the world out there, our outer reality, if you haven't noticed it, okay, if you're creating your own reality and you're just surrounding yourself by positive things, that's awesome. And I'm going to give you a high five for that. Well done. And if you're at any talk glanced past the news or the newspapers or listen to the news in any way, you'll notice that there's a high majority of the news is pretty negative. And it's not like a normal negative, it's like negative on steroids. All this bad stuff. I'm not even going to go into it. You know what it is. And we've also been through a very challenging time, right? We've come through COVID, that whole lockdown thing. And we can see, the powers that be are tightening the grip a little bit. And we need to do everything possible in our power to create a reality that is not that, right? So we're going to create a reality that is way more positive, that is cooperative, that is loving, that is freedom orientated, that is free speech orientated. And that's the type of reality that personally motivates me. And that's the type of reality that the type of world that I want to live in. And if you want to live in that world, then I think this challenge is going to be the only thing you need to do, because it's going to be amazing. So the other thing I want to ask you is, if you don't mind, would you share this challenge with your friends and your family? So the more people that go through this and follow this journey with us, so that by the end of the 21 days, we're really clear, really clear on, we've first of all, overcome some of the challenges from our past, some of the challenges that have had us not produce the results that we've wanted to produce. But also we're sitting with a future that is far more positive and far more optimistic. And we have a sense of control, because this is the other thing that the powers that be out there want to, their intention, should I say, is that the power is taken away from you and is handed over to whoever it is, right? The government or the WEF or all those different bodies, the corporates, like the big corporate stuff. So we want to take that power back. And if you're not creating your reality, if you're not choosing to create your reality consciously, then somebody is creating your reality for you. And this is the point of this course or this challenge, is that we want to have full power over what we create in our lives. And we want to take that power back from the power, the other sort of groups or whoever it is out there that is seeking to take our power from us. So I'm super excited to go on this journey with you. And I hope you are too, because yeah, this could change your life. I'm sure it's going to change mine in a massively positive way. Yesterday we spoke about we spoke about this metaphor of gardening. And it's an interesting metaphor. It sort of puts things in perspective. It's just one metaphor that we're going to be working with in the manifestation challenge. But it's a very powerful metaphor. And the metaphor was basically this. It was, if we look at gardening, and you can do gardening in 3 different ways. You can either be a novice gardener, or you can be an intermediate gardener, or you can be a master gardener or expert gardener. And so that was an amazing metaphor. I love it. I think it's really helps to, sort of make the whole process and where you are and where you're moving to quite logical and quite understandable. So if you want to learn more about that, you can listen to the live from yesterday. That was pretty cool. I think I went into it in a little bit more detail. I'm just going to add these 2 more people. Oh, Jose. Hello, Jose. So listen to it yesterday or just take part in the course, and then we'll explore that in greater detail. So the other thing I'm going to do is I've been working on the course itself, and the course came. Should I just tell you the story about how this sort of course came about? It was really interesting. Some people have told me in the past that if you listen to something while you're sleeping, that it sort of goes into your subconscious. And I sort of understood that in a big way. But I never had quite the experience of that sort of concept that I did the other day. And that was, I listened to this book. It was just a YouTube book. And it was probably quite an old book, because the language was quite old. So maybe you're thinking, 1930s or something like that. And the book was all about this guy who changed his life through the power of visualization. And basically everything he visualized became true and came to life. And, so really interesting book, really interesting. But I listened to it and I think I fell asleep while listening to it. I don't know if you've ever done that. And quite recently, I'm finding that I fall asleep listening to stuff quite a lot, especially at night. So I like to listen to something before I go to bed, something positive. And I fell asleep listening to this book. And then I woke up and literally I just had this like download, this massive inspiration. And I wrote this this sort of essay. I can only say it's like an essay. I wrote this essay in the space of like 10 minutes or something. I just like, I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but when you get this like download of stuff come into your brain, and it sort of doesn't come from you, but it just flows through you. And you're in a place and a time, and you have the opportunity to write it down. It is just phenomenal. I don't know if anybody's there's a book which is all about writing. I actually had it, but I never read it. I think you write down, I think actually one of my ex-girlfriends used to do this. You wake up in the morning and you just write down whatever's in your head. You just put it down onto paper. There's quite a famous book. You probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, if you're in that position to write it down and it just flows through you, I've never had that before. That happens to me very, very, very seldom. So it's quite unusual for that to happen. So when this happened, I was like, and the stuff actually made quite a lot of sense. And I'm in the position where I've been sort of exploring this, the concept of setting goals. And yeah, it sort of just came down, and I was like, yeah, let's just do it. I'm in the position that I can do it. I've got a bit of time and I'm super excited. So waffle. Yeah, I just to apologize because I'm pretty nervous. And let's just see. I just want to see if anybody has any, because this really is all about questions. And I would like to see if anybody has any questions that I can answer. Let's see. Okay. I can't find any at the moment, so I could just keep on chatting. Let's just see. So I'm going to stop share just for a moment. Okay, cool. Okay, so I guess what I'd like to do, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat, whichever chat it is. If I don't see them right now, then I'll definitely get to them at some stage throughout the day. I'll keep on checking through. I'm just going to share my screen again. And let's share some. Okay, so these are some of the concepts that we're going to explore. Basically, how the how the course is going to, or the challenge is going to work. We're going to run the challenge over the course of 21 days. And yeah, so the way I see it happening, obviously this is the first challenge that I've done personally or facilitated. And the way I envisage it happening, obviously there will be some changes and we'll learn as we go along. The way I envisage it happening is I'm going to give you like a 5-minute video, some type of teaching or some type of concepts or learning, a bit of knowledge, and then like a little exercise. So some of the things that I've been exploring, especially with this lady, I've been watching quite a few of her videos, and she's been very inspirational. Her name is Mel Robbins. So I don't know if anybody's heard of Mel Robbins, but I do suggest you look her up. She's phenomenal. Let's just see. Okay. So Mel Robbins. I've just bought an audiobook, but I've been listening to some of her videos. This is Mel Robbins. And yes, the stuff she teaches is super, super amazing. She's been doing this whole manifestation thing for a long time. And she's got a few concepts that have sort of really had an impact on me personally. She's got this thing called the 5-second rule. She's got this high five in the morning and a few other things. The way she sort of teaches, the art of manifestation is very clear. She has a lot of clarity, and it's really awesome. So yeah, check Mel Robbins out. She's super cool. Love her stuff. So she's one person that we're going to be drawing inspiration from. Just to say that from the beginning, who am I and what like authority, or what's sort of, why am I leading this challenge? Well, first to say that I think I'm highly qualified to lead this challenge. One, because we are all master manifestors. We all manifest in the perfect way. And that concept came to me through another teacher called Bashar. Bashar is, whether you believe in extraterrestrials or whether you believe in channeling or not, the information is super amazing. And yeah, if you're looking for some, some different perspective on the world, Bashar is super cool. I'm just going to show you this quickly. Yeah, so I've been listening to Bashar since I arrived in the UK, which was like 1997. And whenever things get a little bit crazy out there, then I come to Bashar, I listen to some of his stuff, and it just gives you a slightly, well, actually quite a different perspective on life. And I find it highly, interesting. So one of the concepts that I learned through Bashar was the concept of manifestation. And he speaks a lot about manifestation. So his idea, which makes a lot of sense, is that you're always manifesting. Our life is about manifestation, and we're always manifesting 100% perfectly. And why do you say that? Because you're like, well, I don't have any money in the bank, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. How can I be manifesting like perfectly? Well, his idea or his teaching is that we manifest, okay? If you manifest lack, you're 100% manifesting lack. If you manifest abundance, you're 100% manifesting abundance. So we're always manifesting something. It's just what that something is either something that you want, or I guess you want, or something you've chosen consciously, or you've just manifested it by default, because we manifest just on autopilot. So I guess that's one of the big reasons, obviously, why we're doing this manifestation challenge is the process of, first of all, manifesting by choice instead of by default, and then manifesting what we want through the process of conscious intention. So yeah, another amazing teacher, the Bashar, and yeah, just awesome stuff. I'm still very, very nervous. Guess you got to just breathe into it. Okay, so 10:25. I'm not going to keep this too long. This is really just, just to answer any questions. And also personally, my intention is to be somebody that can that is just a bit more confident, and also who can talk and actually communicate information in a powerful way. So this is part of that process, is actually learning to communicate information, to go live, not be so nervous. So I'm in that process, and so far, yeah, I'm still very nervous. So, oh yeah, this is a great thing. So yesterday I watched this video with Mel Robbins, actually. So she took this lady up onto stage. I don't know if you've ever been in stage in front of like a few thousand people. I've been in stage actually performing in front of the biggest group, I think, was 8,000 people. And when I was performing, I didn't feel nervous at all. Like, and what she says is that the difference between nerves and excitement, it's the same emotion in your body. Your body doesn't actually know the difference between nervousness and excitement. So you can, in your mind is the part of your being that sort of processes the information that your body is giving it as either nerves or excitement. So if you can just flip that switch from one of I'm nervous to one of excitement, then you can use that same energy, the energy which is rushing through your body of what you're interpreting as nervousness, as excitement. So I'm going to try that now. I'm really excited. Woohoo! And the other thing she says is, yeah, so the way she did that, the way she flipped that, which is really interesting, was, yeah, so she like had the lady imagine a time when, or a thing that would happen if she was really excited, like an experience of excitement in the imagination. So if, for example, you were, your favorite band, say it's like, something comes to mind now, who would a good band be for me personally? Like, oh, somebody like, Red Hot Chili Peppers, or, yeah, sorry, I'm quite old school. Guns N' Roses, or, I love the rock bands. Yeah, if it was like, yeah, who else? Yeah, that level of excitement, if you went to see one of your, your bands that you really love, how excited you would be to be there. I can't think of any of that right now, but yeah, you'd be excited, right? You'd be fully excited. Yeah, so that's good. Sort of, it makes a difference. I can feel that the switch from nervous to excitement is much more relaxing. The body sort of relaxes into it. You feel better. Even that thought, wow, it actually makes a difference. You should try that. Cool. So I'm not going to stay much longer on here. I just wanted to want to check if there is anybody wants to ask a question. I can do that live, or I can come back to it. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing again. Let's see. Okay, we're all good. Woohoo! Okay, so one more thing before we go. Let's just give you some value as much as possible. Okay. So, okay, so these are some of the things that we went over yesterday. You know, what type of gardener are you? Novice, intermediate, expert? There's this concept that we will teach in the 21-day challenge, which is Waitaba, which is what you think about, you bring about. So this is some of the other stuff that we're going to run through. Mastering reality, living a life on purpose, a work of art, a creation, not an accident or by luck. Some people are lucky, that's true. Some people have a natural propensity to create the reality they want, the friends, the house, the work. Some people have a natural ability to create the reality, but they are the exception to the rule. Some people do win the lottery by accident, and some people land the new contract, but most don't. So this is the understanding that if you're not consciously creating your reality, some people have a natural propensity to be able to do that. They think of something, and then they have the discipline and the focus and the intention and the visualization and the motivation and all the focus to actually make it happen. But, you know, the high achievers, that doesn't happen not very often. That's like, obviously like a natural skill that they've developed. But most people just are manifesting in a sort of default sort of way, without any conscious attention, and then they're just getting what they get. And that metaphor comes where the gardening metaphor comes in, is like a novice gardener, or a novice gardener just, you know, the seeds just flow into the garden and weeds grow, and some plants might grow, but it's all quite haphazard, and it's all, you know, by chance, right? And so what we're looking at doing is we're looking at moving between novice gardener to more of an intermediate gardener. Intermediate gardener or manifester is somebody who puts some attention into their manifestation, into their gardening. They get quite a good harvest. It's sort of planned out, but it's also a little bit haphazard as well. They still have a few weeds. They don't plan it out very well, so they don't get as much harvest as they could. They don't think very clearly about the plants that they want to get out. And so the results that they get are, you know, sort of good, but they're not as good as they could be. And then we looked at the expert gardener or expert manifester, somebody who plans out their garden to the minute detail, like super detailed. They know exactly what plants they want to plant. They, you know, plan out the garden, and they use experience. They put effort in every single day. It's not like a couple of hours a week or once in a while, but it's like consistent effort. And so that's the master or expert manifester, expert gardener. That's that metaphor. So reality works like a mirror. We get the projection of what we put out. What you put out is based on our image of ourselves. Okay, and this is another major concept that we'll explore during the 21-day challenge. And that concept is that reality is a mirror. So what we're putting out is exactly what we get back. And most people are in the state of like looking at the outside world, looking at the reality, and blaming the reality for, or the outside circumstances or the environment for their experience of life. So they're like, you know, this person did this to me, or, you know, this is the weather, and that's why I'm feeling the way I am, which is exactly opposite to the way reality works. Reality works actually in how I feel inside creates the reality out there, because you're projecting something, and the mirror of reality is reflecting it back to you. So the more positive you are, the more you know, you sort of confident you are, the more empowered you are, the more that reality is going to reflect back to you, because that's the way it works. It doesn't work like the reality out there impacts you. It comes from inside you. So reality works like a mirror. We get the projection of what we put out. what you put out is based on our image of ourselves. So if you personally feel that you're not worthy, you don't deserve it, there's no ways that reality out there is going to reflect anything of value, okay? So yeah, we'll go into that in further detail. So if you feel like you don't deserve it, you find evidence for not being good enough and not succeeding. Let's just go to the next slide. The thing about your current reality is that it was envisaged in the past. Okay, this is an amazing concept, amazing concept. So everything that we're experiencing right now is because we thought, believed, and acted on it in the past. So where we are right now is an exact sort of our current reality is a result of all the thoughts, beliefs, actions that we had in the past, which is a very, very empowering concept, because we know that if we change now, if we change our mindset, we change our beliefs, we change our actions, okay, and we do that consistently into the future, we are absolutely guaranteed that the future will be different to the past, to our present reality. We can create our future reality if we can keep consistent action focused beliefs into the future. It's quite just a logical sort of concept, right? So the thing about the third dimension, this third dimensional reality, is we create everything in it. Yes, we are responsible for all of it, but everything we envisage only comes into creation after delay. We don't think about something we want to achieve and the next minute it's there. We think about the holiday we want to go on. Then we think about how much money we need. We think about the work or the time we need to take off. We decide if we can afford to take the time. We have the conversations with our partners and bosses, and there is a time lag. So this is awesome, okay? And actually, this was another thing I've learned through Bashar, is how the reality works in third dimensional reality, because there are other dimensions, fourth, fifth, sixth dimension, where manifestation is instantaneous. And in the third dimensional reality, because manifestation, there's a lag in it, okay? So we have to, we project something, it takes time for the mirror to reflect it back to us. So if during that process of lag of, time, depending on how powerful we are, if we change our mind, or we allow thoughts of doubt or, stuff to distract us from that concept or that empowered belief, the universe gets, and the mirror gets confused and says, obviously you haven't changed, excuse me, you haven't changed, and therefore keeps on reflecting, your previous reality back to you. So no changes take place. And that's a great thing, because if we have like an intention or a vision or something like that, and we want to put that into manifestation, the one point is that we need to keep focused on an ongoing basis, repeatedly into the future in order for that reality to become manifest. That gives us time also to change it as well. So if we choose, okay, we think about, okay, we want a new car and we want a red car, and then you actually go and, we want a car, this type of car, we go sit in the car and actually we don't like it, we can actually change it, right? So that gives us time to mold our vision and our manifestation and move it to things that we really want. Because if we were just manifesting instantaneously, we could manifest anything, right? Both positive and negative. If you had a thought and you thought, oh, it'd be great. Okay, so you have a thought of a new car. Great. Okay, new car appears. We'd all love that, right? Thought of $1,000 to manifest. That would be great. But it also works on the negative side. So if you thought of something negative, you thought of something that that could hurt you, or having an accident or something like that, that could also manifest instantly as well. So that's why this third dimensional reality is the perfect place to explore the concept of manifestation. Everybody's heard the term, you create your reality. That reality you're experiencing was envisaged and perceived in the past. Your results are created by your envisaging in the past. That means in order to change our future, we need to envisage a new future, and then we empower the vision with belief, with trust, with faith and affirmation, because we know that we create our reality, our current circumstances, by our current circumstances, but our current circumstances were envisaged in the past. So the other amazing thing that Mel Robbins teaches, which is super powerful, is, we've all, I'm sure most of us have explored maybe this whole thing of goal setting, and also, setting intentions at the beginning of the year. So you start at the beginning of the year, you're like, okay, I'm going to set my New Year's goals, my New Year's resolutions, or goals or intentions, or maybe even make a vision board, and you put on the vision board a nice picture of a house, beautiful car, money in the bank, everything like that. And actually, I think it's been proven that a vision board can have, there's less chance of you creating that reality if you do stuff like that. Because what you do is, every time you look at the vision board and you see that beautiful house on the coast, and you're sitting in a 1-bedroom sort of flat, then it gives you the feeling of the failure of not having achieved that. So Mel Robbins teaches this concept of actually visualizing and actually imagining the steps that it takes in order to get to that place, which is an amazing concept, which we'll explore further in the 21-day challenge. Super, super, super powerful. And all these little teachings have really shifted my own perception, or my own understanding of how the process of manifestation works. So yeah, super, super awesome. Again, we'll explore that in the challenge. Okay, so then we say, some people say, but I certainly didn't create this reality on purpose. I wouldn't have created this debt, this depression, this lack of success. Well, truth is that we're creating two ways. We're creating either our reality in the present consciously, or we're creating our reality by default. Did you create your reality through chance or luck by default? We've actually been through that already. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to go through today. It's I've been on for 45 minutes nearly. I just want to check if there's any. Wow, that the energy of nervousness sort of creeps back. It comes back into your body. Powerful energy. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Thank you so much. Again, I'm very excited about this challenge. I'm very excited about going through this process and mastering these skills, the skills of belief systems, the skills of visualization, the skills of overcoming anxiety, the skills of goal setting, the skills of, so all these different skills that we're going to be exploring during the process of the 21-day challenge. And yeah, super, super excited. Thank you so much for your time. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great day. And I look forward, hopefully you're going to join the challenge. I look forward to working with you and meeting you in this challenge. And one day I will get used to talking to a computer. And oh yeah, if you're interested in music, we have actually set the date for the Sacred Sound Festival. So the Sacred Sound Festival will happen in February, towards the end of February. I'm not going to sort of give out the exact dates yet, because I want to have like all the marketing and all the websites sort of completed and sort of ready to go. So that when I launch or I announce the date, that you have somewhere to go to, and it's, you know, sort of all set up and stuff like that. So look out for that announcement. It's be the Sacred Sound Festival. If you do want to register and put your name on the email list, you can go to sacredsoundfestival.com, and that it will be actually an online version this year in February, a weekend with some amazing musicians. And yeah, that's going to be an amazing weekend. Again, if you want to join the 21-day challenge, please join us. Go to www, let's check the website again. www.21-day challenge, 21 days. Let's see, 21-day manifestation 2023.com. Go straight there, click on the button getting started, and we'll take you straight in there. Also take you straight to the Facebook group. Please come join us. Also, please share the challenge with as many people as possible. It's totally free. There's no charge. So yeah, you've literally got nothing to lose. And I promise you, your friends and your family will thank you. Okay, will thank you for sharing it with them, because this is going to be life-changing. It is going to be an amazing 21 days, and we're going to overcome, you know, stuff that's going to hold us back, and we're going to have a really clear understanding and a really clear vision of where we're going in our lives into the future. God bless you. Have a good day, and I'll probably do another live tomorrow because I need the practice. Ciao.